Hey now, everybody. It's your man. I'm going to wait for a few people to come on the live stream here. Hey now. Hey now, everybody. It's your boy, B.O.S, bringing you another killer hurricane video live from Florida. That is Hurricane Nicole. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here, and the heavy stuff is just offshore of where I live. I'm I would say about 6 or 7 or 8 miles away from the ocean. And they say we're going to get like 70 mile per hour winds or 70 mile per hour gust. That right there looks like about 20 or 30 mile per hour sustained winds and gusting up to 60 and 70 miles per hour. But it's not constant. It's like little waves of or bands of rain and wind that blow in. Then it calms down for a minute, and then another band blows through. I've been in hurricanes before where there were no bands. It was just constant blowing. Look down the street there. I don't know if you can see. Here it comes. You can actually see it come right down the street. The band or see it? The squall. It's like a little finger off the hurricane. Anyways, I think this is about the worst we're going to get from this Hurricane Nicole. It's a bunch of wind and rain and I went live about 2 hours ago, and we were getting some pretty good squalls then, but I just looked on the hurricane tracker, and it said that this is just the beginning of the heavy stuff right here. And this is the second hurricane I've had to deal with in the last 6 weeks. We had Hurricane Ian blow in from the west coast, the Gulf of Mexico side of Florida, and blow across the state. And I'm sure everybody saw on the news how devastating it was to Central Florida and Southwest Florida. Shout out to my friends over there. They're still cleaning up. They're still cleaning up the mess from Hurricane Andrew. Now this hurricane is coming in from the Atlantic off of the East Coast, and it's blowing from the east to the west. Boy, look at that. That is definitely 70 mile per hour winds right there. Maybe even 80. Wow. See it? Wow, the radar's pretty accurate. It showed that this is the heavy duty stuff right above my house, and man, look at that. It's hard to sleep during a hurricane. I mean, you would think, oh, it'd be great. It's great for sleeping, napping in the daytime, but at night it's just so exciting when it first blows through. I always like to check it out. But like I was saying, I had a Hurricane Ian blow through about 6 weeks ago, and now this early November storm, which is very rare. Here's some questions. No, that's a good one. Someone just asked if I've seen Gary's trampoline rolling down the street. Yeah, his trampoline blew away in a storm. That's a classic. Yeah. Like I was saying on my other video, I'm born and raised in South Florida, so I've went through many, many hurricanes. I want to talk about Hurricane Andrew for 1 second. I lived in South Florida then, not in Homestead, but in Broward. And that was like a freight train going over your house. This was the most mild. The winds you're seeing right now were mild compared to Hurricane Andrew. I mean, it was so fierce, and it just didn't stop, man. It was like 5 or 6 hours of just 80 to 100 mile per hour winds. That's about 60 or 70 right there, gust. Imagine being in that nonstop, man, and the damage it does to your roof and the trees, and it just makes a mess. But I've went through many, many hurricanes. Like Hurricane Andrew, God, I'm trying to think what year it was. Hurricane Andrew was 98 or 99. I always forget. It might have been even 1992 or 3. Anyways, or 94. Anyways, I lost power at my house for 7 days. And then I lived in Highlands County in the middle of Florida. And in 2017, I can't remember the name of that hurricane, but it blew through, and I didn't have power for 10 days after that hurricane. And it sucks living in Florida with no power where you can't run your air conditioning. I mean, it's brutally hot at night. And that's about it, everybody. And I'm sorry, I was looking up at the hurricane if anybody was asking any questions. Here we go. Oh, thank you. Yes. Thank you. Andrew was in August of 1992. Thank you, dude. Someone just Googled it, and I can never remember the dates. I know, when they get, was that 30 years ago? I can't remember the dates anymore. I know I lived through it, though. Hey, can you see if you can Google the hurricane in 2017, the real heavy-duty one that blew up through the Gulf? Let's see. I'm sorry, that question went away real quick, but somebody said something there. You have great something. Thank you. I don't know if you ever did a live stream before, but when somebody types a comment out, it shows up on the screen. Irma, thank you. Who is that doing that? Anthony. There's my boy Anthony. How you doing, Anthony? I recognize Anthony. He's on my channel all the time. It's cool, dude. Irma, what a hurricane. Dude, I didn't have power for 10 days. And I had a little private road that led back to my house. And I was trapped in my house. And because the trees all fell down. Pine trees, giant pine trees fell down and blocked my road. And the storm was over about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And I walked under the trees and through all the debris out to my road. And within 10 minutes, a neighbor came up to me that I'd never met before. And he said, "Do you need any help?" And I said, "Yeah, man, do you have a chainsaw?" He said, "I'll be right back." He went and got a chainsaw. He got his truck. We cleared my road in about 2 hours. And I was not trapped. Because my vehicle couldn't get out. I was trapped, man. It was a scary feeling. But Irma was heavy duty. But Andrew was the worst. I mean, I was scared. Very, very scared. It almost sounded like when you're standing next to a jet plane or when a train goes by, just that howling sound that just did not stop. You can. Somebody just asked what part of Florida I live in. I live in Melbourne, Florida, which is on the East Coast. If you look at if you go on right now and look at the hurricane tracker, you'll see that the hurricane is coming ashore just south of me in Florida. I'm just north of where the hurricane is hitting land. So you actually get all the heavy-duty winds on the north side, which blow in from the ocean. The hurricane blows counterclockwise, so if you're north of the hurricane, you're getting the heavy-duty stuff counterclockwise from the Atlantic Ocean. But I think that's going to be about the heaviest stuff. Woo! There you go. Here, I'll stop talking for a second, let you hear it. There you go. Now that's heavy right there. I'm in my garage, everybody, so I'm safe. that wind is actually blowing from the east to the west, and my garage faces west. So, I mean, my glasses are getting a little bit wet, and my camera's getting a little wet, but it's I should be safe right where I am. I'm in Ocala. Hey, Jeffrey Duncan. I'm in Ocala. How you doing, dude? So yeah, then it's going to curve up towards you tomorrow, but it'll and once it goes over land, it calms down. I'm sure if you're a Floridian, hurricanes. Here you go. Ah, damn, dude. This is heavier than the hurricane that just blew through 6 weeks ago, Hurricane Ian, because it blew in from the west to the east, so it calms down by the time it hits you. Goes across the state. It doesn't have fuel. Like when it's over the ocean, the hurricane gets fuel, and especially how warm it is. Wow. Okay, this is starting to get up there. Wow. Man, the hurricane tracker and radar is very accurate. I'm telling you right now, when I just looked at it, it was the little dot over my house on the map. It just started picking up here, and you're in Ocala. Okay, Jeff. But anyways, the radar tracker for the hurricane showed we were just at the edge of like purple stuff. You know, the different colors, the more intense color, the more intense weather. And I mean, it was just hitting. So I came out here, and sure enough, that's the heaviest I've heard when I was sitting in my house or seen. If you watch the video that I just posted about 2 hours ago, you'll see what I'm talking about. And if you want to scroll back, whoa, something just flew by us. Probably a shingle from the roof. But if you want to look on my homepage and look back a month ago or 6 weeks ago, you'll see I had kind of the same video from Hurricane Ian, and it's on a scale of 1 to 10. On my scale, I would give this about turning into a 6 or a 7, and Ian was like a 3 or a 4. I'd put Andrew at a 9. I don't, I'm not going to give any hurricane a 10 because, I think you'd die, But anyways, this video is starting to get a little long here, and things would calm down in my life, I'll start posting some more videos. I've got some really good videos queued up and lined up, ready to go. Howard Stern videos, of course. And just like I said in my last video, if anybody has any requests, you can go ahead and put them in the comments. And if I have the video, I will make a reaction review video. The Howard Stern videos I do. And I want to thank everybody for checking out my channel and watching all my videos. It's I really appreciate it. I'm gonna show you what's happening down here. See just a little bit of water starting to flood up a little bit. There's a little canal behind my house. Man, I'm curious how high that is. I've seen it get, for Hurricane Andrew, it got the highest I've ever seen. So, but the wind's just too heavy right now. It's not safe to go to the back side of my house, which is the west side, which is, west side of my house. And so, the hurricane blowing from east to west, you'd be right in the heavy duty stuff. I'm on the west side of my house, so the building is actually blocking a lot of the wind and rain from hitting me personally. So, but that's about it, everybody. If you live anywhere in the world, you've never been through a hurricane, this is what it looks like. I mean, they could be scary, I guess, if you've never been in one before, but it's kind of old hat to me. But like I said, there were two hurricanes that were truly scary to live through. The wind just didn't stop, and you could hear like your roof lifting up and stuff. And these don't seem to be too bad. Will do too much damage. I'm going to turn the camera this way so you can see what's going on down my street here. You can see I live in like a little development where the houses are right next to each other, so they block the wind a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a nice squall right there. Boy, it'd be really cool. I mean, I don't want to have to pay someone to take that tree away, but it would be cool to get one of those trees falling down live on the video. There's one way in the background back there across the street that's leaning. I don't know if you can see it back there. See the light post? Look right to the right of the light post. See that one tree over there leaning? I mean, it's amazing to see Mother Nature knock down those are laurel oaks, like a silver oak tree. Those are heavy duty trees right there. As you can see, none of my neighbors put up any shutters because you know when a heavy duty storm is coming when you need to put up shutters. A few people put up shutters for Ian, but you didn't need them. This hurricane, it was like a category 1 or something. And like I said, Andrew was a 5, so you can just imagine the difference in the scale.